Welcome back to another adventure. Today I am in Blairstown, New Jersey, a town made famous by a movie that some of you may know and that JP Videos is a huge fan of. Yes, I am talking about Friday the 13th. Right now we're on Main Street. I do have Laura with me. We're on Main Street at some of the filming locations to the opening of the movie. As you can see behind me, that may look familiar to you. So let's get you turned around and we'll show you what we're looking at. So here I'm recreating the scene where Annie's walking through this archway and basically this hallway down to where she turns and walks out. Which I'll try to clip that in if I can figure out a way to clip that in, or put a picture at least. Or you can just watch the movie. Here, which I'll try to duplicate the shot here, but this is where Annie would have been walking down along this walkway here. And walked right into the front of this storefront, which is actually the town museum, which does have remnants, or the original diner sign in it, and the stools from the diner, which you will see the diner in here. I didn't get much of that. That's where we started off today. We actually had breakfast there, so all right, so Annie would have been walking down right along here, and in the movie shot, right where this sign is, you would have seen a red phone, payphone, and then walked into this doorway right here, which conveniently is the museum, the town museum. It does have, it's closed right now, I can't get in, but it does have the original neon sign from the diner and the stools that they used for the filming of the diner scene. So that's pretty cool. Also over here I noticed they have this set up. So I'm assuming it probably had something to do with Halloween, or maybe next week they're having Friday the 13th, because this Friday will be the 13th, but they have this all set up here, which is part of the museum. So that would be kind of interesting to check out, but it doesn't look like it's open right now. They also have all this outdoor seating set up. So this is the actual Friday the 13th museum over here. Okay, so that's for the, probably where the props are for Friday from the movie. But in the movie, that would have been red. That's actually a theater. And there's definitely plenty of other things to offer here in town. There's some storefronts through here, different things. They get the help yourself library, little mini library there. This is a pub right here, which again is closed right now. Here you got a fine art gallery, attorney's office here, which they just painted the porch. So as we were walking, we stopped to take a look at this. And this is looking back towards, you can see the mill, back towards the filming locations, but also I noticed this. Even though this is just a mark to indicate where that line was supposed to be, it looks like 13. So right here is the shot where she walked up to the gas pumps, which looks like it would have been right in this area. As you can see, the sidewalk here is open to go into this garage here, but in this shot you can see this house with these pillars, this tree, and this house, and then where the sign would have been right there. So the gas pumps would have been right here where she walked up and pet the dog. See, this house is getting some renovations done. This one's getting, a lot of them down here actually getting some renovations done. So yeah, you would have seen that one in that shot, that one, and this one right here. So just walking back onto Main Street here. I guess we're going this way. But there's looking down Main Street again towards the majority of the filming locations. But we're gonna take a walk up around here, see if there's anything of interest up here. This stone wall's pretty cool. So there's definitely some history in this town. I mean, it's not just about the movie. If you like to check out old historic towns with downtown type Main Street shopping and stuff, it's a nice place to come and at least take a walk and relax, and especially on today, it's like, again, in the 70s. So there's a nice vantage point from up here looking down on the Main Street of the church there. So here we're walking down. So here we're walking down the hill towards that. To me, it looks like a mill. Just the way that the windows are and the doors at the multiple levels. That was an old mill building right there. Plus being right next to the water makes sense. So here you got a shot looking back up. Which in the movie, she would have been walking across this crosswalk right here, over the bridge, and into there. So, and you would have seen the church. Now, I guess you really didn't see the church people. But we do want to go and take a look at that too, since we're here. Plus, you can see these from the shot from over there looking this way as she's crossing the bridge, which this has all been redone. Because in the movie, you see there's openings. This is all new stonework, and the bridge has been reconcreted by the looks of it. But you can see these in that shot, just from this direction. So again, that would have been from over here, somewhere around here looking this way, you would have seen her walk across and right into there. Gotta watch for a step. Somebody was walking their dog in here a little bit ago. So also from my little opening there, I realized that when I walked through and walked out, she actually walked out the second one. For some reason I thought it was the fourth one, but since there's a car parked here, I couldn't duplicate it anyway, so I walked out the fourth one. So, but originally she would have came through and went out that second one. Oh yeah, we got a little bit of blood here too. Plus, if you look in the movie, you see that these windows are actually windows, and they're open. They weren't open, but I mean there was glass there. They weren't boarded up. So. All right, so that's gonna wrap it up here for Blairstown. Now we're gonna go down to Hope and check out. Possibly there's an antique shop where they did the interior filming of the museum. What's the museum now? Where she walked up to and went in. Because they didn't do the interior shots there. They did the interior shots where we're going to go in Hope, and then also the cemetery where she's walking up towards the cemetery or coming down from the cemetery. Down. So we'll go and check that out, see what we can do with duplicating that. So see you over there. Okay, so this shot, this is where she would have been dropped off in the tanker truck and then walked down this intersection, down this road. So here's the cemetery from that backdrop. Alright, well, since we're here, I figured we'd take a look at this cemetery dating back to the what?
1700s.
1700s with the oldest recorded 1798 first recorded burial in here. I see here's some 1893. Oh, Patrick Swayze. 1878. It was 100 years before I was born. So here's a look at the intersection from up in the cemetery, and then this original gate here. Very vintage.
Very.
Wrought iron. And you can actually see the roadway. How the roadway used to come in this way too. This is the Moravian Cemetery in Hope, New Jersey. Also, I'm gonna show off the new shirt here. This one's actually Laura's. I'm just borrowing it for this video. I got a zip-up hoodie, but from the Blairstown. We'll show you the other one when we get back to the car. Okay, so there's an entrance over here now. So they must have moved it from there because of the intersection. Maybe it was difficult to get in and out. So they moved it over to here, which I would think would probably be harder because it's on a curve. But towards the intersection again and the gate. So I gotta say, even though this isn't movie related, we're just kind of taking a walk around the cemetery. Came across this headstone, which is huge. It's got a nice mural of a farm etched in it. And then you got a visitor's bench here. And then the individual headstones right here. So that's pretty neat. Looks like fresh burial back here. Don't even have the headstone yet, their headstone yet, but happy Father's Day, so it was a father. Some pretty nice headstones in here. There's a pretty decent sized one. Not quite as big as that one, but there's another one with a mural on it. This one's got a tractor trailer with a lowboy on it. That's pretty neat. Almost like a horse farm, kind of. It's pretty intense. Anything on this side? No, it's only one-sided, but it is polished on this side. Alright, so in this spot you see Annie and Enos walking up around this corner. You can see that stone wall underneath this porch here in front of this building. And then this is where they run into the Crazy Ralph, which you'll see him standing right about here, because you'll see kind of that edge of that porch and that window. And then after they have their conversation, of course this is all changed from what it looked like in the movie. That's pretty much the same but remodeled. But it looks like there used to be a roof that went across here that's gone now. And then also where we're parked right now is where the truck was parked, because you can see this door right here, roughly about, the cab door would have been right about here, where he would have opened the door for her to climb in the truck. And then right around this corner here is where the interior shots were filmed of what is the museum in Blairstown. So we're now in Hope, New Jersey, which is about 20 minutes away from Blairstown. So we're gonna go see if we can check that out. It's an antique shop and it is open, so go see if we can get a peek inside there and do some antiquing at the same time. Alright, so we made it into the antique shop. We're actually in the second floor right now checking stuff out, and came across these. These are actually in here for sale. These two are $75 a piece. They're made out of wood and they're hand painted. But this is what caught my eye at first. So it's kind of a nice little ode to the building and the fact that it was used in the film. Plus you can buy some souvenirs, basically, from here. Alright, so as you can see, up on the windows, everything's still here from what was originally the Luncheonette. This actually was a Luncheonette, and this was used for the interior shots of that part where I showed you where she walked into the museum. So it definitely would have been in here. They did tell me inside that the counter is actually one of the producers of the movie bought it from the auction. They auctioned off the stuff once the Luncheonette closed down, and she bought the counter and put it in one of her outbuildings and then loaned it to the museum in Blairstown. So that's where it is possibly right now. So we're going to go ahead and take a look in. They gave me permission to go ahead and film. And just a shout out to them if you want to come and check them out. They are 331 Hope Junction Antiques. There's their phone number. You can look them up. So be sure to come and check them out if you're into antique stuff. There's, I bought some pictures in here. They sell showing the interior shot.